Good evening, everybody. Welcome to your Tuesday evening Facebook Live. My name is Sarah Edwards. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I come to you guys live every Tuesday and Thursday at 7 to show you a fun new project. So hopefully you guys had a great day. I really didn't get much accomplished. I wanted to, but I didn't. Not entirely sure what happened. I did get a pedicure and manicure today, so I guess if you consider that getting something done, I had a great day. It was really nice and relaxing. But other than that, I didn't get a whole lot of time in my craft room, just kind of been running around doing some last minute crazy things. But hopefully, you guys were able to do some crafting. So, I will not be live on Thursday for my Thursday evening Facebook Live. So, we are going to have a little double hitter for tonight's live. Hopefully, cross our fingers, we get through it and it's not too complicating for you guys, but it is so cute. I haven't started using anything out of the new annual or the new holiday mini catalog for my lives yet or in classes. And I thought, you know what, since I'm not going to be live on Thursday, let's pull out one of my absolute favorite. Actually, I shouldn't say that because all of it is actually my favorite, but this is a very beautiful set, and I am so excited that I can show you something super quick, super easy, and super fun and super duplicatable to give as gifts or just have in your own craft room. So if you're just logging on, say hi so I know you're here. Since we are doing a double hitter, I will probably start ASAP and not talk. We can talk while we're crafting, but I want to try to get through both of the projects in our 30-minute time span. Okay, oh my gosh. I take my computer off my charging port so I can sit and type in the description. And wouldn't you know, I forgot to plug it back in. So give me 1 second. There we go. Okay, now I can point you over. Good evening, Darlene. Welcome. So I'm not allowed to show the actual inside of the catalog yet, but I can show you the products that I have gotten that we can start playing with. So this is called the Modern Garden. It is a page suite, so you get everything that is on the table. So you have these really beautiful gems. You get the punch, you get the stamp set, and the designer series paper. So we are using everything but the ribbon for this project. Good evening, Bev, Vicky, Heather. Welcome, everybody. So if you're just logging on and you didn't hear me in the beginning, we have a double hitter for tonight since I won't be live on Thursday. So let's bring in the first project. So this is the first one. It is a fun little box. I saw this on, I think, the demonstrator planning place or something, and I changed it up just a smidgen, but for the most part, it was not my idea. But here is one of the cards that we're going to be making, and I went ahead and pulled in another card as well. So I did these as it's your birthday, but in the stamp set, it has enjoy your special day. Best wishes for a fun-filled future together. That is super cute. Wishing you a warm blessing of Christmas, and it's your birthday. And in the designer series paper, I didn't show you the whole pack of it. There is some Christmas designer series paper. Let me see if I can find it. There it is. So there's a little bit of the holiday paper in here as well. But the paper is so fun and absolutely gorgeous. I can't wait to play with this a lot more. So there is the card we're going to be making. And here is the little box with the lid. And it slides underneath the punch. There we go. Just like that. So now you have a little gift to give somebody. So let's start with the card. Good evening, Monique. Welcome. So I have a piece of, this is Poppy Parade, and this is 5.5 by 8.5, and I scored it at 4.25. And I didn't bring any white pieces over to go in the inside because I forgot till just now, but I will do that eventually. So this is 4 by 5.25, and I decided to bring in the delightful Dolly die cut and 3D embossing folder. So what this is, so you can take the die piece You can set it inside your embossing folder. You just kind of have to line it up to get it to where it's going to fit. And when you close this, it will die cut, emboss all at the same time. So I've already done that, so we didn't have to do it. And hopefully you guys can see that it has some really pretty embossing on it. So I brought that in. So I'll get that out of the way. I've already done all of that for us, but I embossed just this layer, and I am doing tone on tone. And then I have a piece of old olive. This measures 2 1/4 by 5, and a piece of our designer series paper that measures 2 by 4 3/4. And I did forget I have a little 3/4 of an inch by 2 inch strip for our sentiment. So this portion of it is super easy and probably doesn't need a whole lot of explaining, but we will definitely at least put the one together. It might be the box and the lid that takes a smidgen longer. But they are definitely super easy. And once you make the mask that I'm going to show you how to make, you will find that it is so easy to do. So I'm going to go ahead and put some dimensionals on the back side. I'm going to do 1 in each corner and 1 in the center. We can peel these off. I'm not as fast because my nails are really short again. And this I'm going to put on, actually, I lied. We're going to set that aside. We need to bring in the doily. So you can use your paper trimmer or just regular paper, your paper snips. I'm just going to come up and cut this in half. We don't need the whole thing. And you can die cut one of these and get 2 cards out of it. So this one I'm going to set aside, we can use later. I almost forgot to put this underneath it. I think this is what makes the card so pretty. So I'm just going to come in and put a little bit here and there. Nothing tragic, just something to hold it down. Let's set this to the side. Now I can come in and lay this down. I think just adding that white doily underneath it really makes this pop. There we go. Bring in the happy birthday. I want to make sure I cleaned off my stamp set. And I think I'm going to bring in Poppy Parade because that's the cardstock color we're using. So I'm going to ink up It's Your Birthday. Stamp it in the center. There we go. That looks good. Close your ink pad. And let's glue this down. There we go. Let's grab our gems. And let's see, what color gem do I want? Ooh, I think I'm going to do gold. I think that's what I want. And I'm just going to put 1 gem on here. Usually I put 3, but I think I'm just going to leave it to 1. And now we can glue this to our card base. And voila, our card is done. And my glue is almost done as well. As I am squeezing it, I literally am going to get the biggest clump coming out. Never fails, it always happens like that. Let's see if this will work now. Oh, much better. It didn't feel like it was empty. Just had a clog in it. So there we go. That is our card. Super duper easy, totally duplicatable. You can split your doily in half where you get 2 out of 1 doily. You will put your white piece on the inside. And now let's move to the box. Good evening, Marie. Welcome. Okay, I need my scoring tool. And I have a piece of Poppy Parade. And this measures 11 inches wide by 6.5 inches. So it's 11 by 6.5. We're going to put the 11-inch side up at the top, and we're going to score this a couple times. We're going to score it at 4.5, 5.25, 9 3/4, and 10.5. Then we're going to rotate it so the 6.5-inch side is up, and we're going to score this at 3/4 of an inch. So that's all the scoring we're going to be doing. And let me bring in the piece. So your two sides are 3/4 of an inch. So that means your bottom needs to be 3/4 of an inch as well. So there is this crazy thing called box math. And as long as everything equals, I don't know how to say it. As long as your bottom and your sides are the same width, your box will fold. I love boxes. I don't make them as much as I used to, but I do love boxes. I love the math portion of it. Okay, so at the bottom, where the 3/4 of an inch is at the bottom, I went ahead and trimmed off that little section, and I just put little arrows, and I trimmed off the corner. So we can get rid of that. Now we can start folding on our edges. And a good way to tell if your box is going to work is if you take this little extra flap, lay it down, and then when you close your box, if it's even, that means your box is perfect. Just the extra little tidbits. So folding all of my score edges. There we go. Now I want to come in with some tear tape. I grabbed my tear tape off of my desk because I knew I was going to need it. And my desk isn't a mess. What did I do with it? Did I set it back down on my table? Oh well, I will just grab another one if it is handy. Ah, there it goes. Okay, I just grabbed another one. And as soon as I open this and use it, I'm sure, oh my gosh, it was sitting right beside me. I'm such a goofball. Okay, so I'm going to take the tear tape and I'm going to put it along that little tiny tab. There we go. Let's peel this off. And what I'm going to do is now lay this on top. And it is a perfect match because it folds perfectly. So now when you open it, you now have your box. So the box really isn't the hard part of this. And even though the lid is not even hard as well. So I'm opening up all these 4 flaps. I'm going to take this one and lay it down. Then I'm going to put these over and then that on top. So I'm going to grab another piece of tear tape. You know what I did forget to do? Hopefully the punch will still fit. I forgot to punch. Oh, it does. I just want to punch out. So even if you glue it together before you punch that little notch out, it'll still fix. So we are using almost everything out of the sweets. So I'm just going to put a little bit of Tombow on the end of my little flaps just to hold them down. And then close this. And there's our box. You can stick your bone folder in there, give that a good press, and you're good. There is our box. Okay, now to do the lid. So I have my piece of 6x6 designer series paper, and I have a 6x6 basic white piece somewhere, oh, there it is, somewhere around here, but I found it. Okay, so these two measure the same, 6x6. Now I'm going to show you how to make a mask to do the center piece. So because our box is 3/4 of an inch wide, we want our lid to have a 3/4 of an inch gap as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come in and I am going to trim off a section of this cardstock. Okay, so I'm going to try to kind of explain this where it's easy. Half of 3/4 of an inch is actually 3/8. So 3/8 is 2 lines underneath a half. So here's a half. So we're going to cut this. I'm going to put this point up and I'm just going to tuck it up to the side. And I'm really just going to guesstimate at the bottom. It doesn't have to be perfect. So I'm going to trim that off. And now I can scoot this over to the 3/8 inch mark. And now I will have a guide. The lady that did this online that I got this from, it was definitely, it was doable, but I felt like it was a little too complicated. So now you are left with this little piece that we can use as a guide. And this is 3/4 of an inch wide. And there might be actually an easier way to do this, but this is what I found to be the easiest. I'm going to take a pencil, I'm going to draw, and now I know where to fold. Now, if you have the old diagonal scoring tool that Stampin' Up! Used to have, this is when it would come in super duper handy. But if you don't have it, then this is a good alternative. And you're not going to need to worry about the pencil marks because it's going to go on the inside. So there you go. Now let's bring our box back in and make sure our box is going to close, and it does. That's pretty good, right? So now I want to just line up my point, kind of try to get in the center. It's nothing tragic. Open this up, and we're going to kind of do the same thing. Just a smidgen of the same thing. So I just drew a line, and now I am going to fold that. And I'm going to do one at a time so I don't confuse you guys. So now you're going to take your paper snips, and you're going to snip this up to that score mark on both sides. You might need to watch the video a couple times if you want to make this, but I swear to you, it is definitely doable. And these are going to get glued together. See how brilliant that is? I wish I was that brilliant to have come up with this, but it wasn't me. So I'm going to fold on that little pencil mark. And a lot of this is eyeballing it. And it's okay if it's not perfect. Perfect is what you make it, and we are making this absolutely perfect. So there you go. There is your lid. Pretty cute, right? Kind of way different, and it completely, I've never done something like this. So now, last but not least, I'm going to grab some glue, and I'm going to glue these little flaps down. I'll just hold that for a quick second. But these would be great for craft fairs. They would be great for teacher appreciation gifts, doctor office gifts, bank tellers, literally, you name it, it would be perfect for. And they really don't take that much time to put together. You might mess up a few times. I did, and I will be the first to admit it. But hopefully my directions were a smidgen easier. And you know what? If you want one of these masks, if you want one of these guys, just let me know. It was easy. I can make you one. So there we go. Now we can put our box inside. There's that. Let's actually put our cards in that we've made. So there's 1, 2, 3. So I have 3 cards that I've already made. So we can slide these in. And there is enough room for the envelopes also. Let's put this on. And there's just one last thing to do is to decorate the front of it. So I'm going to take the same punch it out, and you can put thank you on here. You can do congratulations. You can pretty much do whatever you want. I am just doing a happy birthday because that's what I have beside me. And I didn't want it to be completely blank. So I went ahead and got the center of the flowers that's in the stamp set. And I am just going to randomly stamp. So I am stamping off 3 times. So there's 1, 2, and 3 before I ink again. There we go. Last but not least, we are going to put a dimensional on the back side of it, if they will appear. I swear I just have stuff and I honestly don't know what happens to it. I think the little elves come in and take it from me. I'm just going to put 2 right at the bottom. I'm going to come in and put that right here. So this will hold your flap down. So there you go. I don't know what time it is, but hopefully we didn't feel, oh wow, we really didn't go over. It was only 22 minutes. So here are the cards that we made, and here is the cute little box that goes with it. Oh, let's put that up underneath, and here is the original box that I made. So something a little bit fun and different, and it's a little bit of a double header because I won't be here on Thursday. So you get kind of 2 for the 1. So hopefully you guys enjoyed it, and the paper is absolutely gorgeous. If you haven't gotten your catalog, please let me know. And if you have gotten it, let me flip to the page. So it's on page 52 and 53 of this catalog. So if you haven't looked at it, or if you totally bypassed it, which totally happens to me all the time, you can go back in and look. It's on page 52 and 53. I'm not allowed to show the inside, otherwise I would have. But yes, if you need anything, please feel free to reach out. If not, I will see everybody in a week. Next Tuesday is my next live. Have a great evening, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.